Before we can begin tracing your design onto your block of wood, the first thing we need to do is get our compass and set a 6-inch circle, or as close to 6 inches as possible, so that we can make sure your design will fit inside. If you look closely at the corners of this block of wood, I've highlighted them green to show you the fact that it's very important that when you're drawing these lines, we're going to draw a set of lines going across each direction. We need to make sure that the lines go as close to that corner as possible on all four corners, and that helps center where you're going to place your compass for the circle. So I'm going to start by taking a piece of wood, and we'll take that piece of wood and the ruler, and the first thing I want to do is take the metal edge of the ruler and line it up as close to the corners as possible. So when I have this end and this end lined up, take your hand, spread your hand out wide so the ruler doesn't slip on you, and draw a light line going from one corner to the other. You want to keep the line fairly light so that you can sand the excess pencil marks off later when we get ready to the finishing touches. I'm going to align the other two corners and do the same thing, draw a light line going from one end to the other. Now in our instructions we wrote down we're doing this to both sides of the block of wood, so before you even work with your compass, be sure to connect the corners on both sides of your block of wood. Now what we need to do is set our compass. So when we set our compass, we're going to make sure that we have a 6-inch circle. We're going to set our compass to the radius of the circle, which in this case would be 3 inches. So we're going to take the compass and the ruler and go back to what we learned with engineering about a 0 mark on a ruler. So with the 0 mark on the ruler, we're going to set the pointed end of the compass even with the 0 mark right here. And then we're going to take and adjust the wheel in the middle here, the little dial, until we get to 3 inches. When we get to 3 inches, I want to stop touching that wheel, and we know now that we have a 3-inch setting here. So now we can set the ruler aside, and when we get ready to, before we can actually mark the circle here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check to make sure that this compass setting will fit all four corners or four edges of the block of wood. So I'm going to take the pointed part of the compass, the set, and I'll put it right in the center of that X we marked. I'm going to tap the compass on this end. You can see it fits on this edge here. It overhangs on this edge. It fits here, and it overhangs on this edge. So the first thing I want to do is go back to the edge it was slipping off of, and I want to readjust the compass and just a little bit, so our compass mark will now be slightly below 6 inches, but that's okay for the milling of the wood. Now I want to make sure it fits on all four edges. In this case, it did not go directly to the corner, so once again I'm going to set my compass and tap it on all four edges just to make sure that it does fit on all four edges. Now notice where I'm holding the compass. I'm holding the compass at the very top. You don't want to hold the compass near that wheel because you'll readjust the setting on it. So as you hold it near the top, give it a slight angle, and then slowly turn the compass going one way, take it back, and you can start to see how by angling the compass, that allows the side of the lead on the compass to make its mark. What you don't want to do is you don't want to hold it straight up and down, because sometimes when you're holding it straight up and down, the pointed edge here tends to slip and slide off the center of your compass. So now I have my 6-inch circle, and I'm going to repeat this process for the other side as well.